seascape, seaside, city, seascape, city, seaside. Just for that smooth long exposure effect, hey, I think I can, somehow make a smaller version of those wave creatures, So he wanted to spray his ashes over that rock. Oh no! Yeah, it got me. They got me. The water got me. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel again. I hope you watched my last week's video because I think it was a good one. The photos were really nice, and it's something that I don't normally shoot, the traditional buildings. Now today I came to Gyeongju, which is in Gyeongju, seascape, seaside, city, seascape, city, seaside. And well, I'm here to shoot some seascapes, and man, check this out. It's beautiful. All these rocks and mountains as background, and sea mist blowing with cold wind, which is horrible, but still I love it. Now this place has caves, and I plan to shoot some caves here, well, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I've got my first composition right here. Now, I thought about using 16mm and fully just shoot it wide, but there's this prominent rock in the middle, which I think can be a good foreground object, and as I'm not wearing wellies, as you can clearly see, I can't really get in there. So I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit to about 22mm and then shoot it. Actually, I'm going to move around a little bit. Move this way a little bit so that the rock will be right in the center. There we go. And I'm gonna probably have to bracket this because the sky is very bright compared to this cave here, because it's shady here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to bracket this, and I'm gonna use my polarizer to cut off the glare. And first, I'm gonna focus on this rock. So for that, I'm gonna need my 3-stopper, just for that smooth long exposure effect, which will give me 25 seconds. That's too long, so I'm gonna boost up my ISO to 400, and that gives me like 3 seconds or 2 seconds. So I just made a shot that's focused on this rock in the middle. And also, it has a good exposure for all this cave here. So, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make another shot that's focused on the horizon, which is through this cave that you can see. And I'm going to also expose to the horizon as well. And that gives me 0.5 seconds, and there we go. So, these two photos, I'm going to Photoshop them together so that the foreground and the background, which is this horizon through the cave, will both have that perfect exposure. And you know what? It's just, the conditions are really nice right now because, it's just, that light hitting from the side, and, it's just perfect. It's absolutely beautiful today. All right, without further ado, here's my final shot.
When I first saw the cave, it told me a story of time and erosion. the relentless power of the sea carving through rock, and of a hidden sanctuary that exists in the dance between land and water. I tried to capture the texture of the cave and the movement of the water in one shot. I think it was a great photo to start my day with.
All right, so I think that was not a bad shot. Even though I came here to see really if I can shoot the sunrise, through this cave, I think it's impossible because I checked the map and everything, but even in winter or spring or summer, no matter what season it is, the sun doesn't rise from, this angle. So it will be a little bit towards that way. So it's not going to be that, cave with the sun rising perfectly in the middle of this hole, and it's not going to happen. However, as you can see, I've got my 100 to 400 mil right here, and that's because right that way there are waves crashing in, and I think I'm going to capture some really mighty, powerful wave shots. So let's get to that. Oh man, and I thought -10 would be colder than this, but thanks to this cave, the wind is actually, being stopped. So it's not that cold, thankfully. All right, so I came out from the cave, and in the middle of this, basically nowhere, this beach. And I focused on this rock that's in the middle of the seawater, and wow, it's just amazing that how these waves are crashing in and making all these shapes and patterns with water. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I think I'm gonna copy Mr. Michael Shainblum's images here. Well, I mean, the waves are here. Waves here are probably like 5 meters top, but what Mr. Michael Shainblum shoots is like, 20-meter wave or something like that. But hey, I think I can, somehow make a smaller version of those wave creatures, what he really does often. So I'm here to, wow, that was, damn it, I missed it. All right, I gotta focus. All right, there's a wave coming. Oh, beautiful. So I think I'm just gonna shoot a bunch of images here until I get the perfect wave shot. And currently I boosted up my ISO to 400 so that I can shoot at 1,000th of a second. Now, because of the fast shutter speed, I'll be able to capture with a burst mode, that perfect moment when like that, and there should be like 1 or 2 good images in between. So that's what I'm really looking for. And well, you don't have to wait until I get the perfect wave or image. So when the image is being made, here's the shot. Oh, I gotta shoot this. Beautiful.
The waves were crashing in powerfully, as if competing with the strong wind. As the water hit the rock, it rose into the air by several meters. Just by looking at it, you could feel the sheer power of nature. I often call waves the force of nature, because they can and have shaped even the hardest rocks over time. I am happy I captured a key moment of this force in action.
Alright, so we're done here today. I think I will not come back here for the sunrise, but probably for some other reasons I'll come back. Maybe for the evening shot or sunrise shot. Because, still during the sunrise, even though the sun will not be in the hole, in the cave hole, still the light will be, more colorful and beautiful. So maybe I'll come back here in spring because it's too bloody cold today. Now that we're done here, let's go back to the car and move up to our second location, which is probably like 10 minutes from here. All right, let's go. All right, guys, we came here after 15 minutes of driving. It wasn't that hard. So, as you can see, there's a big rock behind me in the middle of the sea right here. I think that's it, right? Yep. So that's called Munmu Daewangreung, which means the tomb of the great King Munmu. Now, I don't exactly remember when he lived or when he passed away, because I learned it like 15 years ago in the school and I was never a good student. Anyways, so when he passed away, he told people to, I believe, his ashes. So he wanted to spray his ashes over that rock so that he will be the great dragon to protect his country after he passed away. I think that's the story or legend behind it, and that's why we call it the tomb of the great King Munmu. Now, it's a really obvious, composition, as you can clearly see, but I'm having a little trouble here because first, it's very windy, and second, I just don't see any way to shoot this interestingly. So this is gonna be hard. All right, well, let's shoot this. I don't know how or what, or I have no idea, but let's shoot this. All right, so I looked around and I could only find one composition, which is this waves coming in. And as they're going out, they're leaving these white foam lines, and that will be my foreground interest. So I'm currently at 24 mil, and I'm going to shoot the tomb of the king as my background object, and this foam line as my foreground interest. So let's begin. All right, so I got my polarizer on to cut off the glare from the water and to make the sky and the sand a little bit darker, the wet sand. And as the waves coming in right now, yeah, there we go. And also I've got my 6-stopper on to make a long exposure shot. Whoa, God. And my goal is to make that white foam lines being captured as a long exposure shot. And that will make this white lines, going towards that tomb of the king. And that will, whoa. Oh no! Yep, it got me. They got me. The water got me. And my backpack as well. All right, my wife's moving the backpack. All right, so sorry. I'm sorry. So I was saying that I've got my 6-stopper and my polarizer on to make this long exposure happen, and that gave me ISO 400, f11 in 3.2 seconds, which is just perfect for capturing the wave when it came in, and when it goes out, it leaves the white foam mark, and that foam mark is what I'm really looking for. Also, one really good thing is that there's a small cloud on the top of this tomb, and that gives a good focal point. So I think with one shot, just focus on the tomb of the king itself, it will give me one good image. So let's begin. All right, so I just wait for the wave to come in, and there it comes. Not now, not now. When it goes away, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Exactly as I wanted. Let me check the sharpness. Oh, it's tech sharp. Okay, that's beautiful. All right, we're done here. That's it. That's the shot that I really wanted to shoot. All right, we're done here. All right.
I like how simple yet easy to read this image is. The white foam lines act as leading lines towards the tomb of the king. The jagged rock, which is his tomb, stands strong against the waves and wind, feeling like a symbol of the king's determination and endurance, which is still guarding the tomb over 1,000 years after his death.
Alright guys, so once again I learned how hard it is to be a YouTuber, especially under this kind of conditions, minus 10 degrees and blowing wind 10 meters per second. That's like 3 feet per second, isn't it? And you know what, it's still worth it, because thanks to you who are watching this video, I am living my dream, and soon I'll hit that 1,000 subscriber mark and 4,000 hours of watch time, and I'll be able to monetize my channel. So thank you very much again for watching. And this place is really good. It's really good for, you know, seascape photography, especially during the sunrise, I think. However, when I checked the suncalc.org, which is this program or application that you can actually see where the sun rises from, the angle is not quite right. So I'll have to come back here in spring if I want to shoot that. However, I already want to go to Busan for this spring, so I don't know what I will do. We'll see. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, press the like button. If you didn't like this video, then press the dislike button twice, and bye bye.